If I could be anything, what would I be? What would I be? See, I thought this was going to be an easy question, and then I was thinking about it, and it's not. I've never known what I've wanted to be at any point in my life, ever. So I'm currently in school for civil engineering, and society. The society aspect is just concerned with sustainability and social concerns, so that extends my program by a year. Why did I go into that, you might ask? I have no idea. I went to an engineering camp thing for grade 12 physics, and I thought, hey, you know, it'd be really fun making things. I went into civil because I liked the idea of building things, and when I was in grade 3, we played with Connects for a really long time, and since then I stuck with the idea that architecture and structures was what I wanted to do. But having been in school for a while, it's starting to wane on me that I'm really not sure if that's exactly what I want to do with my future. I really like tutoring math because I feel like I can really make a difference with that, and a lot of people are terrible at math, like a lot of young kids, so, and I was too, so I want to make it so that people aren't held back by that, so that's why I kind of like the idea of teaching. Morals aside though, what I'd really like to do is be a film critic, or an author, or a music producer, all jobs which are really hard to get into, but my brother writes music and he always asks my opinion and I like to add what I like to it, and usually tends to turn out well and he usually likes it, so I feel like I could be good at that. Film critic, you just ask me about movies and I'll give you a good critical answer. A lot of the time don't even agree with the public, which is why I think I'd be a good critic, because everyone seems to just be like, oh yeah, that movie's amazing, and I'm like, well, it could have been better and this is why. I always have reasons, but I don't know. An author though was more of a childhood thing for me. I used to write a lot of stories. I still have some on my computer that I write, and when I get really mad or really sad or like I need to work out my emotions, I tend to just write a story about it. Like it's a way for me to see an outside perspective. So I thought that was a really good way for me to cope with things. So that's why I always wanted to be an author, because I thought that my life was interesting. But now I'm starting to think my life's not really that interesting. But I still embed stories in my head when I'm bored and when I do monotonous tasks, or when I'm doing something I absolutely hate and I think of things outside of what I'm thinking. But then I used to do that when I was a lot more bored and had no time. And now I find that I'm always busy and I always have something to do, whether it's schoolwork or hanging out with friends or something. So I feel like the author aspect of me was when I was more of a loner, socially awkward teenager, as opposed to now where I am, well, less of a loner, socially awkward. Yeah. But then I was a gardener for a while, and I really enjoy working outside, so I could honestly be anything. I could do anything. The only thing I can't see myself doing right now is sitting at a desk, and that's why I'm worried about the choices I've made, because I'd rather be out in the field doing things as opposed to sitting on the desk planning things. I've never been a planner, I've always been a doer. You guys will know why that's. You know, because my last name's Doer? Yeah? No? I didn't even intend on that pun. It just occurred to me as I was saying it that it was really coincidental, not ironic. That would be the wrong use of the word irony. Anyway, I think that's going to be my video for this week. I don't know if I really answered your question, but I just actually don't know what I would do if I had many choices. Also, I'm really excited to talk about this next week. I've been thinking about it a lot, and no one else around me has read it, so I really need your guys' opinions. And I also want to do an analysis of it. I'll see you guys next week.